I'm Terry Lyston, President of Dynamic Workforce Solutions. I'm your host for this episode of Dynamic Words, a series brought to you from Dynamic Works Institute. So we've all been inspired by countless dynamic individuals that we've encountered. Dynamic Words is our way to bring those incredible voices to the forefront. This podcast is more than a series, but it's a platform for thought leaders and change makers and innovators who can share a little bit about themselves and their career path and their leadership style. Today, I'm thrilled because it's a great Dynamic Words experience for me because I get to introduce Scott Amy, who's really been my partner in crime for many, many years. Scott is the Executive Vice President of Dynamic Workforce Solutions, and he's joining me today. He is an amazing leader and has all the trust in the world for me to lead our company. And I thought it would be fun to, during this month of thanks, host this call and ask Scott to join us. So Scott, your word is?
Coaching.
No surprise, we dressed for it. I've got my Steelers shirt on today. I know you've got something that's maybe crimson-y. You can tell
Alabama.
us about that. Yeah, so tell us about you. Tell us about your shirt. Give us a little overview of your career, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I've been in the business for 23 years, workforce, been in leadership since I was 24 years old, and it's been inspired. My journey goes back to not only my professional journey, but my personal journey. I played a lot of sports as a young guy, and had the very good fortune of having some amazing coaches, some people who helped me find my way and helped me grow and develop, because that's what I wanted to do. And they didn't force it upon me, but they gave me the opportunity. They gave me the motivation. They gave me the accountability. They gave me the feedback that I needed to develop that personality as a young person. And then when I, graduated college, came out of sports, and in my professional journey, I've been faced with the same type of people that have been, always been asking me, where do I want to go? What do you want to do? And in talking to them of like, okay, here's what I see from you. Here's what you see from yourself. How can we unlock that potential in you? How can we help motivate you? But you got to do the work. And I've always been a big fan of like, hey, I'm willing to help anybody and coach anybody if they've got the desire and the willingness to put themselves out there and risk take to become the best version of themselves that they can be, both personally and professionally.
Yeah, I love that. And, watching you over these years, I was sitting here thinking, when I met you, neither of us wore glasses. Just saying.
We won't go back that far.
Yeah, so it's really interesting to me because I have the pleasure of working with the people that you coach on the regular. I think a massive percentage of your job is coaching. Give me an idea, ballpark it. What percentage of your job is coaching?
80% plus on a given day. It's all about, the buzzwords these days are transformational leadership and those types of things. But I think we've been in that a long time. It's the buzzword of today, but we're always trying to help people become better, be the best version of themselves, add value to their personal life, their professional life. So they've got opportunities of where they want to go, whether it be with our company or whether it be on another journey that they decide to take. And, we spend, and I work with my team, we spend our team on coaching up. I call it coaching up. And sometimes that's going to be delivering some very direct feedback about what we're seeing, what we're observing, what we're hearing. And also times it's going to be challenging you to pull out from you of where do you want to go? What do you want to do? How do you want to get there? What time frame do you want to get there? How hard do you want to be pushed? Have you developed that in you yet that really takes you down to that path?
Yeah, so this is a pleasure for me because I get motivated from Scott's coaching, even though it's not directed at me. It's hard to not get caught up in that consistent message that you always share with your team. When you are coming up in business, did someone coach you and give you an opportunity to be coached? And can you share that a little bit with the audience today?
Yeah, I've been coached at every level, right? And even with yourself, and I've been around you for, multiple years in our career, and you've helped coach me. But when I first started my first real job working in a residential treatment facility with adolescent males and adolescent boys, I adolescent females, I was given the opportunity to be surrounded by people that I really looked up to, but because I watched how they led their team. I watched how they coached individuals on the team and how they coached the team overall, and just watched and learned from them. And then as my tenure went up in there, got to know them and have some conversations with them of picking their brains about, hey, how did they get where they're at? Why did they do it that way? And they were very open. They were very open to me during that time. And I think that's part of what I've learned in every phase of my professional journey. Are you open as a coach? If people want to be coached, are you open to coaching them? And I think that is what we try to do here, right? Is like try to get people to realize, like, I want to be coached, and then we'll coach you. And we'll coach you, and we're going to help you. And we're going to help you become that best version of yourself so you get where you want to go in life.
Yeah, and establishing that comfortability where a person realizes, because I need coach doesn't mean I'm weak. It just means I know I can continue to grow and gain. That's a great toolkit item for anyone that's aspiring to be a leader. So how do you encourage your people to realize that coaching is different than admitting defeat?
I think it's getting them to understand we're trying to unlock your capabilities, unlock your potential. This is not me trying to force upon you what I want you to do. There are some things that we have to do in leadership and in our positions that people, yes, they have to do A through Z on their job. But what do you want to do? Here's the potential I see in you. Where do you want to go? And I think once people trust that in you and they value that you've got their best interest at heart, even when you're delivering hard messages or holding them accountable for things in that journey, they recognize that, and they're going to grow from that, and they're going to trust that, and they're going to come to you for more and more coaching. You've got to make the first step, I think, as a coach and as a leader, of saying, I am here for this, and I'm making this available to you, but I need to know you need to want it. And where do you want to go? And then I'm all game. I'm all in with you every step of the way from there.
I love it. So Scott, a little curveball for you. Who's your favorite coach and why?
Well, I'm wearing this shirt for a reason. I've been a Bama fan my whole life, even going back to the Bear Bryant days. But I've been a big follower and reader of and watching videos of Nick Saban, just because I think how he coaches and how he leads, right? And I think those things go together. And I think one of the messages that always comes out of him with his players, with his coaches that have gone on to now become, numerous head coaches, is I am trying to improve your value. And if we do that, and if you're participating in that and I'm coaching you, I'm going to help you get there. And it's about a process of helping you get better. And every one of his players, that when you watch a tape or an interview of them, they always reference back to the days that they were under him and what they learned under him, not only as a player, but as a person, and how they grew as a man, and where they're at professionally and personally in their life.
I couldn't have said any better myself, and I really appreciate the time you've taken today to share some of your wisdom. It's been just a thrill to be part of your coaching circle. So thanks for including me. And thanks everybody for tuning in to Dynamic Words. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend a minute talking to Scott about something he's passionate about, which is coaching. So thanks, Scott, for that. If you enjoyed our episode, if you enjoyed our episode today, hey, share it with your friends and colleagues. They might be inspired. And don't forget, schedule our recurring series so you can learn more about outstanding leaders and the work that they do to uplift others and coach them. So until next time, keep embracing the power of words. This is Terry Lyston from Dynamic Works Institute, signing off and saying stay dynamic and stay inspired. Thanks again, Scott.
You're welcome. Have a great day.